Hi everyone, my name is Tori. This is Novel Life and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some summer romances to share with you. So I love reading just these easy, gentle romances during the summer. Some of them have a little angst, some of them are just a little bit more easygoing, but I love just reading those gentle, easy romances during the summer. So I have 6 to share with you that I think are perfect for the summer, and I think that you guys should read them if you haven't already. But before we get into the romance recommendations, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video. Ana Luisa reached out to me to sponsor a video, and I was extremely excited. I've been seeing Ana Luisa around quite a bit, and I was so excited to actually try out their jewelry. So they have really high quality jewelry for relatively low pricing, which I was really surprised about when I was kind of scrolling through their website, kind of picking out the pieces that I wanted to be sent to try out. All their packaging is completely carbon neutral, which for a company to do that actually takes a lot of work, and I really appreciate that because it's like, we always want to know what your impact on the planet is. Do you know what I mean? And as a business, I like to know exactly how much they're impacting the planet. Like, their box was super tiny. Like, I don't need all packaging, like a bunch of packaging, but even their little pouches that everything comes in is these cute carbon neutral packaging. And it's like really cute. And they have automatic snapping, like they're magnetic. I don't know, I just thought that was really, really cute. But the pieces I picked out was actually this really adorable bracelet. I just love really dainty bracelets like this. My wrist is relatively really tiny, so finding pieces of jewelry that fit that aren't too big. I like to have it a little bit loose, but not like too tight. I personally really, really love this one. And because it has this little silver heart dangling from it, I got this little pretty, I don't know if you can see this. This is actually really heavy. I was really surprised. I love this. It's actually really heavy and I like it because then it stays centered. It's not going to get caught, you know what I mean? I personally like more of the silver jewelry, so like sterling silver or white gold or anything like that. So I like this stuff. My wedding ring and stuff is totally silver. But I did get some pieces. I got some of the earrings. They're hard to show in my ears. I got these earrings, which if you can see, they're really, really cute, dainty lines, but they sit on your ears really cute. It looked really cute in the picture. So yeah, I just picked these out. I thought they were really cute. And then one of my other picks is actually this one. And I got this because I think my mom would really like these. And so I'm going to give these to her. I know she loves simple, she goes into work every day. She wears a lot of gold stuff. For any type of style, which I was honestly surprised because I was like, I'm very picky about my jewelry. I was really nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I'm actually going to like any of the stuff that they have. But I was really surprised. I mean, I've worn necklaces in videos before, and I like very simplistic things like this. So I really like the heart, and it matches my heart little bracelet, which I really love. I can wear this all day, every day. I can type on the computer. I can do all the stuff. I can do dishes, and it's not going to get messed up. So I personally really liked it. I do have a code for you guys. It is Tori20, which I'll put on the screen right here. You can click the link in the description box below to kind of check out what they have, browse, and see if they have anything for you, which I promise you, you're going to find something. Between the rings, the necklaces, the bracelets, or the earrings, you're going to find something that works for you, for your mom, for whoever, another woman or male in your life that you want to give a piece of jewelry to. So yeah, I would highly suggest checking out, but you can use my code Tori20 for 20% off, which was really kind of them to give me. So yeah, make sure you use that if you buy something, and let me know if you do, because I think that the pieces were really high quality, especially this one. I was really shocked of how big the heart was, considering this was, I think this was less than $100, and this is really heavy. So with all that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the romance recommendation. So the first book I have is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I mean, come on. It's Abby Jimenez. Now, a lot of people think that some of her stuff is really overhyped, and I think that is a valid opinion. Now, my friend Sam from Sam Reads a Little, she read and reviewed this book, and she said this is romances for adults. And I thought that is literally the perfect way to describe this book. Literally, it's the perfect way to describe it. Because you have two people who are going through a lot of things in their life separately. Put it together, there's a lot of stuff going on. Now, I will say there's some trigger warnings for, I guess you could say, chronic illnesses. Our main female character, her brother is going through a very big kidney disease battle, and he basically is on the waiting list to get a new kidney. And our main male character, he is just dealing with a lot of anxiety. This book is super heavy on the anxiety, but I think it was done really, really well. It really does show page to page, different situations, how your anxiety can go from nothing to everything in like a blink of an eye. You know what I mean? And it's so realistic. And I just really loved the romance. I thought it was super sweet. It's something that you can pick up like we're on the beach or on the plane or in the airport waiting for your summer vacation, or even if you don't go anywhere and you just have a staycation at home, you could just like curl up on the couch with this and it's like a perfect read. The audiobook is super well done. I'm going to say that. I'll tell you now. Zachary Weber narrated this book and it was done so freaking well. He did such a good job with it. He also has anxiety, so he kind of had that personal connection to this book. So when it narrated it, it really came through, and I just thought it was so good, so freaking good. The next book I have is Happy Place by Emily Henry. So I know Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez can be considered kind of like a really hyped author, and they have only really traditionally published stuff. But I will say, as someone who does primarily read indie romances, I enjoyed both of them and Happy Place. It's not my favorite Emily Henry, but I think that it is a perfect book for summer. So basically you see at the beginning of the book, our female character, she is going to this vacation house that she's always gone to with her other two friends, female friends, like girlfriends, and they just are hanging out for the summer. They do the same things every day. They have like taco night on one day. They go to this place in the small little town. They have a pool day. They have a beach day, or whatever the case may be. And they've been doing that for years. So it's basically they take a week and they go and do that. Now, when she gets there, her friend picks her up from the airport. No one knows that she broke up with her now ex-fiance. Like, they're not together anymore. No one knows that. So when she shows up, he is there. Her ex-fiance is there. So it is one of those things where they're forced together. They're really forced to work through a lot of things that they never did before they broke up. Now, I will say it right up front, miscommunication is the biggest plot point in this book. So if that's not for you, it's throughout the whole book. Now, I personally didn't mind it in this book. I listened to the audiobook, and I will say I think that if I physically read it, I would have a different rating. I would still recommend it, but for some reason, it worked really, really well for me listening to the audiobook, and I literally was tearing up with these characters. They really go through a lot. There's a lot of things happening in the book that not that you can relate to, but it's like sometimes just life gets in the way, and like, you know, you don't know how to express yourself with certain things. You think you're doing the right thing, but you're not, and it's just hurting the relationship. And for me, I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was such a good book. Would highly recommend it for the summer. I mean, obviously the pink, don't get me wrong, the pink is fantastic, but yeah, I just really enjoyed that one, and I think everyone would. Now, the next book is The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke. Now, this one is a little bit more angsty, so if you're an angst queen like me, like my t-shirt says, I would definitely pick up this book if you haven't already. Literally, the book takes place during the summer. I think it takes place over 2 summers. There is past to present a lot, but the way that Elizabeth O'Rourke did this was when you see the now and them going back to their super small hometown, to the person the woman who raised them and helped them throughout their life, obviously they have a romance and they're forced back together, which is one part of it, but they're there during the summer. So when they relive moments or have like memories that are brought up, the next chapter is the past, but that memory. So it's not like the memories being told to you, you're actually seeing it. So it didn't bother me that much. If you're someone like me who doesn't usually like past to present, this one actually really did work for me. I absolutely loved this book. It was so angsty. It had a lot of heavy topics. It was not relatable, but it's like believable that sometimes things just happen. There was a little bit forbiddenness because our female character is actually dating another main male character, another character. So it's kind of like a boyfriend's best friend romance. And I don't want to say anything more because it gets into the plot, but I think that it's such a beautiful book of character growth, of character development, especially with our female character. She really does go through a lot. It's just crazy that some people so young can go through such hardships, you know what I mean? And I personally really enjoyed it. I like Elizabeth O'Rourke's writing, and this one really worked for me. But like I said, does take place during the summer, so they're like going surfing a lot. They're going to the beach and all this stuff. She has a summer job, so very summery in that way. The next book I have is Blame It On The Tequila by Fiona Cole. This one is really, really good. It's a rock star romance, so I would say it's not exactly summery, but if you like that partying, wild stuff, going on tour, you know, just having fun, having a wild and fun time, this book's for you. So I think that the beginning of this book, the way that it is second chance, I forgot to say that. The way that our characters meet again in the beginning of the book is this series follows a group of 3 girlfriends. So this is the second book. You can read them out of order. I did. But you see 2 of them, they're at a bar dancing, and one of the characters turns on our main female character's phone, sees that this rock star is doing this Instagram live, and she requests to join, and he accepts, and he sees our female character dancing, and he's like, oh my God, I haven't seen her in forever. So he like slides into her DMs after the live and is like, where have you been? What is going on? You're watching me, you follow me, like all of this stuff like that. So it's a little bit pining and groveling too to get her back, because you see that they've had a past and a lot of things that have happened, and I really enjoy this. There's very few rockstar romances that I enjoy. Obviously, The Words by Ashley Jade is a rockstar romance, and this is that I really loved, and this one is a close second to that one. So yeah, I feel like people forget that Fiona Cole has this series, but it's really good and I would highly recommend it. The next one I have is Close Quarters by Candy Steiner. I recently read this and really, really enjoyed it. This is a forced proximity, age gap, forbidden romance. So basically our female character you see at the beginning of the book, she is saying goodbye to her boyfriend because her boyfriend is going to work on a yacht for the summer. This really high profile client that has a lot of money owns this yacht, or is renting this yacht, and has it fully staffed so he can just sail around Europe and do his own thing and still work at the same time. And our female character is saying bye to him. She's going to go, explore Europe. She's a photographer and kind of build her portfolio. And then when the summer ends, they're going to come back together and go home to the States together. While she's, saying bye to him, she takes some photos of different people on the docks. And one of those people is Theo. He comes up to her and was like, why are you doing that? And she's like stuttering and explaining. And, her boyfriend comes up to her and was like, oh, this is my girlfriend. She's just saying bye to me and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, you should come on the yacht, for the summer. You don't want to say goodbye to him, right? So it's a billionaire's boss. It's her boyfriend's billionaire boss. And yeah, there's a lot that happens. There's some suspense elements at the end, but I think this is a solid Candy Steiner book. And I mean, like, Candy Steiner is Candy Steiner. If you like her writing, I think you'll really enjoy this. But because it takes place on a yacht, they're going to all these different places and swimming and just having fun. It's literally perfect for summer, I think. So that's why I'm recommending this one. The last book I have is Bittersweet Heart by H. Hunting, or Helena Hunting. So this is technically the second book in the series, but you can read it as a standalone. And I'll tell you right now, the beginning of this book is perfect summer vibes, literally perfect summer vibes, because our main male character is just chilling at his lake house, laying out on the beach of the lake. All of a sudden, this woman is just floating along on the lake on her paddleboard, sleeping. He's like, oh my God, she's going to get sunburnt. She already gets sunburnt. So he wakes her up, and then they have this 1 or 2 nights at the lake house before he goes back to school, before he goes back to college for school. But then plot twist happens halfway through the semester. He's a hockey player. Hockey's not that big, but it's there. I will say I wouldn't consider it a sports romance though, hockey romance at all. More contemporary. She becomes his professor, fill-in professor. So halfway through the semester, his original professor has to have surgery or something, and so she fills in for him. Now, it's a little bit of an age gap. I think it's 3 or 4 years. Not huge, but also forbidden. But the beginning is perfect. It gave me summer vibes. I can see myself on that lake, seeing all this. They had a bonfire party. It's perfect. Perfect for summer, literally. But I won't go into too much because I feel anything I say about that book will be a spoiler. There's a lot that happens. It's a little bit on the longer side, but I would suggest listening to the audio. I thought the audio was really good. But those are all the summer romance recommendations I have to share with you. Once again, I want to say thank you to Anna Louisa for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out the link in my description box below, as well as my code Tori20, which is so weird that I have a code. Oh, thought it was so sweet they gave that to me. But I'll be wearing these pieces in upcoming videos because it's so simple to wear, and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing really chunky jewelry that's going to get in the way. You know what I mean? So yeah, make sure you check out my link and my code. Leave me a diamond emoji because, diamond jewelry, anything like that. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.